First of all, I just want to say that I'm doing this voiceover on like 4 hours of sleep, so if I don't sound super enthusiastic, it's because I'm sleep deprived. Please forgive me. In this video, I wanted to document some things that I'll be doing in order to really just get my shit together after kind of like floating for the past 2 weeks during my holiday break. With the new semester coming in, I had to make sure that I organize my folders and everything on my laptop, so I'm prepared on the first day back online for my second semester. That also means cleaning up documents from last semester and getting rid of clutter that I really just don't need anymore, which also means that I have to start deleting old essays and whatnot on none other than my favorite editing program, Grammarly. Bless them and the fact that they're sponsoring this video, because now I get to share with you guys why you need them in your life. Grammarly is a digital writing assistant that makes editing your essays, work emails 10 times easier. I use it to edit all of my academic essays and personal creative stories. I'm on the premium plan, which is wonderful because it offers you so much more in-depth writing feedback, such as tone of voice or even the intent of why you're writing this. There is also a plagiarism detector, clarity AI, and vocabulary suggestions. Grammarly lives on all of my devices from my MacBook to phone. This is a must-have, especially if you're a student starting off the new semester. Make sure to click on my link down below to sign up for a free account and to also get 20% off Grammarly Premium. Now, I sit at this desk in my room for way longer than necessary, which means that I have to stare at this mess of a bookshelf. If you remember from my old room tour video, this bookshelf was neat and tidy. Then I started to become somewhat of like a hoarder, and now I have way too many things on here, and at the back of my head, I keep on telling myself, I'm gonna clean it, but did I ever? No. So this video is literally the perfect excuse for me to stop thinking about it and just do it. I always get comments from you guys saying that I inspire you. Well, now thanks to you, I'm actually encouraged to clean this out for the sake of the video, and it's really the extra motivation that I need. All I see is tomorrow. When you hear me calling, on the very top shelf, I have all of my favorite fiction books, and then on the shelf right below it, I have all of my favorite nonfiction / self-help books that I consistently refer to all the time. If you're a long-time subscriber, you know that I consistently rave about these books non-stop. And then beside it, I have all my treasured magazines, along with some journals, and then of course, my Lord and Savior Taylor Swift. I have her folklore vinyl, and then some editions of her Lover album. They've been there for so long now. It's over. Suddenly I think of tomorrow. Yeah. Since you came around. Yeah. Ooh. I feel like the only one who found out the reason why. I did something that was really insane last year, and I tried to set like 20 goals because 2020. These were all the ones that I had set out. Also, I'm filming this on my new iPhone, which is why the quality is a little bit different, but I wanted to test it out. I literally accomplished maybe like 5 things on this list of 20 goals. I think one thing that I really learned out of 2020 was the fact that you can't really set your expectations too high, because sometimes there's so many like external factors that can really affect the outcome. That's not to say that you shouldn't set a lot of goals for yourself, because it's all about what's going to work for you. And you know, you can set 1 goal or 20 goals, doesn't matter, as long as you know yourself and you know what you're capable of in your circumstances. Then, you know, I'm here for whatever you want to do. But I just know for myself, and just learning what I'm like when it comes to goal setting and, you know, being responsible. When I watched the movie Soul, what I really appreciated from that movie was the fact that it was really just about being in the present, living in the moment, and recognizing that there's so many beautiful things that surround you, but oftentimes you're not able to see it because you're so focused on just wanting to live for the future. And I think I was really guilty of doing that last year. The 2 simple things that I want to keep in mind for this year is to take it easy. That is something that I always like struggle with as someone that likes to overthink. And then number 2 is to really just be happy. I know it sounds really simple, but honestly, it's really complex, and sometimes it's a lot harder to be happy when you have so many things that kind of burden your everyday schedule, and you can really get lost in the stress of everyday life. While we're on this topic of goal setting, I wanted to bring this back up again because a couple weeks ago I went through this book, reread it. What's really interesting is that I typically don't like to reread self-help books because I feel like it's something that you really just tab once and then you just refer back to that one specific section. You don't need to reread the whole thing. When I went back to it and I reread it, there were a couple new sections that resonated with me that didn't really stand out to me before because I was in a different period of my life. When I first read this, it was during the beginning of university, and now I'm currently in my third year. That is something to keep in mind. If you have like a lot of self-help books, why not just go back to it and see if you pick up anything new? See if you look at a certain passage a different way. It can even be like, you know, fiction books as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be self-help. I really like revisiting a lot of things from the past and kind of looking at it in a different light. It was really interesting, and I didn't think that I would tap up more sections. There were two things that happened in the beginning of quarantine and at the end of 2020. You guys know that I became obsessed with reading again, and I genuinely think that it started off as a form of escapism, but then it eventually translated into me remembering how much I used to enjoy reading when I was younger. This led me to reactivate my Goodreads account, start a Notion page for my book reviews, and splurging quite a bit on books. I'm committed to making time for the things that I love, which will just be for me and for me only. I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning I was like, oh my god, am I regressing? Then I realized, you know, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so I gotta chill and just enjoy myself. I'm also writing a novel with my friend, which I actually wasn't supposed to tell anyone, but it's okay because it's not like we're really gonna publish it anywhere. It started off with both of us being on Artbreeder, just kind of looking through a bunch of beautiful portraits, and then we got this idea to make a presentation off of a hypothetical fantasy novel because we were both reading so much. The idea turned into actually brainstorming a full-fledged world and plot and characters, so we decided to just go ahead and write it. My greatest writing accomplishment was probably when I peaked in high school English, so I'm actually a pretty writer, but that's not the whole point. We're doing this for fun, so it's nice to dedicate my energy towards it. On that note, I think I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that it encouraged you and motivated you to kind of like, you know, kickstart your new year, even though I am a little bit late, so I'd like to apologize for that. If you have any goals that you're setting for the new year and you would like to share with me, please feel free, because I love reading through all of the comments. Just a quick reminder, because we are going to be entering this new year in the middle of a pandemic, don't feel the need to kind of race towards setting like this whole new year, new me type of situation, because I know that it puts a lot of pressure on people given the fact that like our environment has still stayed the same. I know that it can be incredibly hard to find that motivation and really just kickstart all of that. So I just want to let you know that I'm here for you, and just take it easy on yourself. You know, this is a really difficult time and there's so many new things to really adjust to, and at the same time nothing has really changed at all, so I get it. Be nice to yourself, basically. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.